Can you
How's it
see me?
going?
Hi, Bryce. How are you?
Great. It's great to meet you, Herman.
Same here. Where are you? Where?
I am in Vancouver, Washington, not Canada, Washington. I'm right across the river from Portland.
I know where you are then.
I know you've been to Portland many times.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Have
Absolutely. Definitely many Scorpions tours, correct?
Oh, yeah. As you know, the whole 80s, this is probably why I made this album, a tribute to the 80s, because it was the golden years for me personally. And I think the best time in music history, because the most great songs were done in this era. My feeling.
Yeah, yeah. So you've got this new album, Herman Rarebell and Friends, What About Love? And I wanted to ask, why was it important for you to make this record?
Well, first of all, I think it was the message, what about love? Because when I look at the world right now and all I see around me is hate, more hate, I think it was important now to send the message of love to the people because without love, nothing will go on. This is as simple as this. So before we all get into more hate and make ourselves more and more problems, we should think about this. And then when I said this idea to the original guitar player from Howard Leese, and he
Yeah.
said, yes, it's a great message, no problem. I play guitar if you want. The same was with Dan Huff, who played the first solo on the song. He immediately recorded it at home in his studio, sent me the tapes. So also Bob Daisley, who lives down in Australia from, probably for Black Sabbath days and Ozzy days. So they all played. And what was for me really, which impressed me, that none of them wanted any money. They just wanted also to deliver this message because we all.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's more important than ever now to deliver this message. So also I wanted to remind people personally on this album, I made not just one song from the 80s, I made 12 songs from the 80s because these are 12 songs I feel very strongly about because most of the people, I know them personally. And you probably remember all the tours we did with Whitesnake, for example. So for me, it was important to have a Whitesnake song on the album. And so I chose Here I Go Again, because I personally like that song always as my favorite Whitesnake song. And the same goes for Robert Palmer. I know him for many years. We became friends. I lived in Monaco for 17 years and he lived in Milano. So he came to my wedding and I visited him in Milano and the other vice versa. And the same with John Jett, she was our opening act on the European tour 1984. And every night I hear from the dressing room, I love rock and roll. And I said to myself, what a great song. One day you should do a song like this. And so I also said to myself, you're a drummer. It would be nice to have another drum song on the album. And I picked In the Air Tonight. And I can tell you exactly why. Because you remember that great drum fill when the great part is over in the end.
Yeah, that whole vocal building up, and then finally the drums bust in, and the whole band comes in. Yeah.
Every drummer in America here in Europe really loved this fill.
Yeah, everybody air drummed to that one.
I told everybody. And then I thought, also, come on, put some ballads on there. One of them was, of course, What About Love? But the other great song about love is definitely I Want to Know What Love Is, the Foreigner song. And we played with them many, many festivals. So I know them also for many years. They know us also for many years, so it was a must for me. And since I have now also a girl singer in the band and Michael Forst, and the girl sings really good, as you can hear in Love is a Battlefield. She really has the voice.
Yeah, what made you want to do the Pat Benatar song?
I was in love with it. And when I heard it the first time, 1983, I thought, what a great song. But then I saw the video and I thought even more in love with her and the song. Because the video, remember when the father said to her, if you leave this house...
Oh, now, yeah. Yeah, it's one of those first videos when they were putting acting back in, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, and then of course it ends with a big dance, big street dance and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So that's so 80s.
This is 70, 80s, so I figured this has to be in there. And then obviously we did another hard song for the girl, The Streams, which I thought was always needs a really good singer. She is a very good singer, so she could cover it, So for me, this my favorite songs from the 80s But I think I hit a nerve because everybody tells me, "Oh, you picked the best songs, from the '80s." So I'm proud to hear this, obviously. But I think, there are. I wish I could play this all in concert one day, especially in the summer when you sit in the open air auditorium, the theater. I can imagine this will go down the bomb because everybody can sing along the songs.
Mm-hmm. So I have a question. I love Howard Leese. How did you guys hook up? And my question is, if I'm correct, the heart songs that you do on your record, he wasn't in the band for those songs.
Yes, he was. He was.
Was he? Because I thought those were from the 1985 album after he'd already left the band.
No. I'm talking about Howard now.
No. I know Howard now, but I'm saying when they recorded their big album in 1985, he wasn't in the band anymore. But now you have him possibly playing on those very songs that he wasn't in the band for. So, I'm just curious, how did you hook up with Howard?
I'll tell you how, because Michael Forst, my co-producer and also the singer in my band, he produces also Michael Schenker, as you know.
And co-writes, right? Doesn't he? He co-writes those songs with, I know on Michael Schenker Fest, he also was the writer.
Of course, he co-writes with Michael, and he was our singer also. The band Michael and myself did Temple of Rock.
Yeah, Temple of Rock.
Yes.
Great stuff.
He was our first singer on the first album, and then also Pete Way was still alive, the bass player from UFO.
Love Pete Way.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and I see you got another UFO guy, Neil Carter.
Yeah, we have. So we have many people in there, we can go on tour with, as you can see, So I don't know which ones we're going to end up with on tour. In America, for sure, I would definitely take and ask Howard to come with me on tour in the States,
Yeah.
And then we take it from there. We definitely have to take Michael Forst and, of course, my girl there, Vanessa, because she sings those songs great. I think so,
She has a fantastic voice. How did you come about working with her?
She is the stepdaughter of Michael Forst.
Oh,
yeah, Michael Forst married her mother. Wait a second, I just closed the door. Yeah, Michael Forst married the mother, and so one day I said to Michael, "We need a backup singer for I want to know what love is, for the chorus, And then I heard that. I said, fuck, this girl can sing, So then I said to her, I'm planning also to do Love is a Battlefield. Would that be? She said to me, Herman is the perfect song for me. Let me nail this down. And she did. And she came a few days later. She sent me the tape. And I said, yeah, thank you. Nothing to do anymore here, That's how and she hit it, as you can hear. And she's also very good for live performance,
Yeah. I want to say that when I listened to all the songs, one that kind of stood out to me was the Guns N' Roses song.
Yeah, me too.
I love the way it's an acoustic guitar doing that intro instead of a lead guitar, and I like the way you guys shortened the arrangement and just totally changed it. You know what I mean? And she does a great job on that. So
yes, that's what I mean. She can sing. This is the difference. She can really sing, And I said to them when we play live, I said, you go out there, the two of you with two acoustic guitars, and I'm going to go backstage and have a piss. so for me, it was always good to have them now. I think I can't wait to play all this stuff live, because I can see all the people, probably will be older people too, who bring their kids along and tell them, look, this was the 80s, these are the songs which were happening in the 80s. Nowadays, when I listen to some of the songs, I can't believe, that those songs are on the charts. And I go, huh? Where's the hook?
Yeah. So now I want to ask, as a heavy metal drummer, how much fun was it playing these pop songs and getting a kind of a different perspective? And
for me to play Love is a Battlefield, because I play it like Herman Rarebell, I play it heavy, and it grooves like shit, So this was always needed in the songs and really kick-ass drumming, So now for me it's a new song, it was very good. We put also lead guitar solo in the middle of the song, which wasn't in there before.
Yeah.
There's also solo in there. Michael Forst plays a really good solo, in my opinion, in that song,
Yeah, so, no, I think all the songs came out really good.
Yeah, I think I'm really happy with it, really happy. after all these years. So maybe the next album is going back to normal songs. I have at least 200 songs laying in my wardrobe here behind me, which I haven't recorded, So,
yeah. What are a couple songs that were there some songs that you recorded that didn't make it?
No, these are unrecorded songs. These are by me, and they're laid there. They need to be recorded, So maybe in the next album you will hear a few of them,
Yeah. Can you give us a hint of a couple songs you might want to do next?
No, it could be like early Scorpions, like Animal Magnetism Direction,
Yeah.
Or Love Drive, from those early stuff, But one of my favorite songs was always a song from Buddy Ross, Sales of Sharon. It was one of the first songs I played with him on Taken by Force, the first album, when I just joined the band back in 1977.
Yeah, one of my favorite Scorpions albums.
Yeah, and on this album, there is a song, as you know, Sales of Sharon. I love the guitar playing in there. I like what I played there on drums. It was completely different than anything what I ever did before. But it was great fun doing. We did it in one afternoon, Uli and me, the song. And suburbs.
Yeah, that's probably to me the pinnacle of Scorpions.
Yeah,
that song right there. I mean, I love everything. You know what I mean? And I still love. Just saw those guys the last couple times they came to Portland. Still a great band. Great band. But man, and there's a great video that's like, it's great now that on YouTube you can see videos of you guys doing Sales of Sharon.
Yeah, you can see it. This was a TV show back in 1977. That was in May. It was a TV show, and it was recorded from there. It's the original recording. It was played live too, because you had to play everything live then,
So it was live, but isn't it the studio recording that went through onto the TV? Or
I'm talking about the TV show on TV.
Oh, okay.
That's the only one I know. If you know another one, let me know.
Well, no, I just know of the one video. It's got some nice psychedelic lighting, and you guys playing the song, and
yeah.
No, it's great stuff. So, I had some other questions, but you kind of already answered them before I could ask them. So, I had another question. Were you at all tempted to do a heavier version of any of these songs?
Yes, I did actually. For me, I did heavier versions.
But I mean, you know what I mean, like a heavy metal version of it.
No, I think I wanted to keep the original as good as I could, because I like to have people recognize the song, and with this they all have a nice touch. But for me, it was an honor to play In the Air Tonight, especially of that great drum fill in the beginning of In the Air Tonight. Everything is quiet, and then suddenly fill in. Dum dum. Everybody played it in the air now at the concert.
Yeah,
this was my drum song, and I play it heavier than the original.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I'm a heavy drummer player, and my idol was always John Bonham. So this is my direction, but which I thought, well, how do you attack this song? And I said to myself, make it like a Bonham song, make it real heavy. So that's a heavy song on there. Also, we made I Love Rock and Roll. I think that's really heavy too,
Yes, it does. And
Here I Go Again, the fucking groove and the beat in there, that is rock for me, heavy rock, And I was very close friends with Robert Palmer, because I lived in Monaco for 17 years, and he has a house in Milano. So he visited me, and I visited him. And so I said to myself, come on, you have to say thank you to your friend up there. So Addicted to Love, had to be on there, And also a second hard song we did for the girl, This Dreams, which she kills, I think really good.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, 2 Scorpions songs. So I did a new version of Passion Roots the Game. Now the close thing in there, which I like a lot. And I have a new guitar solo in there, you noticed, So those things make the song nice and fat now. It's, for me, also heavy playing in there now. Good guitar solo, everything in there. Great singing from the 2 of them. So I'm actually very happy with this album, It was for me good to to change them a little bit, to rearrange them a little bit, not too much, so people still recognize them. And I'm very happy about the reaction of Sweet Child of Mine, because this live, it will be only acoustic, completely acoustic. I will leave the drums off live.
Yeah. Just let her do her thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a 5-minute break in the show then,
they turn the lights down, you get to disappear for 5 minutes and
exactly.
Dry off and come back and
exactly.
Be ready to go. Yeah, I think you've done a really great job on these songs, and there's a lot of people that are going to be really happy and have a lot of fun with it. And it seems like you had a lot of fun.
Yeah, you can hear
this is like your love letter to the 80s.
Yeah, I loved it. I liked this, but for me, it was also a golden era. Don't forget, it was the big area for the Scorpions. That's when we had all those platinum albums, all the hits, and half of them I wrote. Like "Walking Like a Hurricane," "Blackout," all this stuff. So for me, it's an honor, to talk about this time and give it a tribute. And I hope when we play live, that really parents bring their kids and tell them, "Look, this was my youth. That's what's happening to me when I was a kid."
Yeah. So talking about live, is there a tour? You mentioned you want to come to America and tour. Any idea when that might happen?
No, not now. For me, I look at this now. I'm going to release this album. I'm going to release single after single and see maybe I get lucky that one of those songs becomes a hit again, And then it's for me to come out and tour. Because without this, I have no interest to play in a club for 200 people,
No. You want to at least be opening or doing be on a big tour somewhere, right?
That's exactly the point. So I'm going to wait what happens to the songs now. I think my chances are pretty good. So let's see what happens,
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of possibilities to get some traction. I mean, those are all huge songs in the first place. So
yeah, and they sound good now, and I think they sound fatter now than in the 80s because of the mixing opportunities we have now. I made my drums sound really big and fat, obviously,
Yeah, and the people, younger people, they will hear the more modern mix that they're used to, but they'll hear it with these songs. So
they hear it. This is like a modern mix, but they hear it probably played not by a computer. They hear it played by real people. That's the difference.
Yeah, that's the difference. They're not building songs with sample blocks like Legos. It's actually people sat down and recorded. Yes.
Yeah, we did. No, we played it live. Like in the old days. I have my click. For the timing. But everything played live on there. Normally I put about 2-3 takes on there, and then I take between those 2-3 takes the one with the most energy and with the best groove. And it was really fun working with Michael Forst because he has a lot of experience, and you can hear also the influence from Michael Schenker on the way he plays guitar.
Absolutely. I agree. Well, I was just going to say, is there anything that we missed, Herman? Anything else you'd like to say before we go?
No, everything is good so far. I look forward, to go out and play live, obviously, introduce this album now to the public. But obviously, I would still play my Scorpions songs, my favorite Scorpions songs, the one I've off with like Blackout, Walking Like a Hurricane, Passion Woods, The Game, and so on. And I would also play songs we never played with the Scorpions live, like Falling in Love, for example. That was never played live, so I'm going to play it live. Also, Passion Woods, The Game, I like to play live again, So
yeah, great songs.
Yeah, no. Then for ballads, I probably choose a very old one. It's called Always Somewhere, which I always loved that song, So
anything off taken by force you would bring out on tour?
Yeah, if I do one song from that album, I would definitely do Sales of Sharon,
That would blow people away because the only other way you're going to hear that song is if you go see Uli live.
But no. I could ask him even to come, But the thing is, to ask somebody just for one song, it makes no sense,
No.
Did you know that influence people like Eddie Van Halen told me many times? His biggest influence was Uli Ross. He told me, And Virgin Killer, the album. They said I listen to it all the time. My favorite player is Uli.
I love that album too. I love all the Scorpions is great stuff. But for me, the first record I bought I was 17 years old, and somebody said, "Hey, check out this Love Drive album." You know what I mean? And I picked that up, and then once I picked that up, a guy I rode to work with said, "Oh, you need to hear all these old albums with the other guitar player." You know what I mean? And so he was playing for me. Speedy's coming, top of the bill. You know, and plus, Sales of Sharon and all that, and so my mind just went, "Oh my God, this band's fantastic!" You know,
You're gonna play definitely. But my last song on the show will be "I Love Rock and Roll," so everybody can sing along. Because when she was opening up for us in 1984 in the European tour, and I remember sitting in the dressing room, and every night she played this song as the last song in the show. And then she left the stage, and people singing it for 10 minutes long, keep singing it, And she was sitting already in the dressing room, opening up her wine or whatever she did there, Yeah, it was a funny time, Listen, I have to interrupt you because I have to get ready for the next one.
Yeah, I'm going to let you go, and I just wanted to thank you very much. And it's a real honor talking to you, Herman. Love it. Can't wait to see you live, and we'll look for some news of that. And best of luck on the record and getting some good traction off any of these songs.
Well, let me know. Write me an email how the reaction is on your station and everything.
I will do that. I thank you very much for your time, and you have an awesome day.
Thank you very much. Take care. Bye for now.
All right. Bye, Herman.